I'm tired and I want to simplify what I'm spending my time on this year more than any other year before. I've been posting content on YouTube and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok for over 8 years now. And I'm going to show you everything that I've learned over the last 8 years and how I'm building my content marketing strategy, a simplified content marketing strategy for 2024. Now, before I share with you kind of how I'm breaking this all down, I want to explain how I'm looking at my year this year. As I mentioned, I'm exhausted. Last year was exhausting, and I, right now in January, don't want or need to think about November or December. So when I'm talking about my years, I'm actually looking at my years as just the next 90 days. Another reason I'm doing this is because things can change so quickly in this online space, and I want to have the flexibility to be able to pivot quickly if I need to. And if you're anything like me, sometimes I have a lot of motivation and I'm excited and I've got a lot of ideas to do content, and then there are just my dry spells as well. So I want to take into consideration how I'm feeling every so often as well. So for me, the way I envision this is every 90 days, I kind of can get a reset and a check-in and just look at each 90 days as a year. This means I don't have to plan out my content strategy for 6, 8, 10 months from now, and I can really focus in on doing what I really feel good about 90 days. I can already tell you right now that what I'm excited about right now in January and what we're talking about in January is going to be different by the time we get to December. So again, this just allows me to be a little bit more flexible and take into consideration all the moving pieces when it comes to an online business. What do you feel? Do you like having your entire year planned out, or do you like to have a little fluidity in your schedule? I'd love to know what you're doing this year down in the comments. All right, knowing that, here's my game plan for my content marketing plan, the first 90 days or the first year of 2024. First, I determined what am I promoting? So go ahead, grab a notebook, write down what are you promoting, or share with us in the comments what are you promoting. This could be a free lead magnet, this could be an ebook, a PDF, a webinar, a workshop, anything that you are using basically to get people on your email list or buying something. Now, it doesn't have to be a money exchange here, but it's getting people on your email list. I say email list because your business will live and die by your email list. That is the one thing that you have ownership of. If any social platform were to go down, or if all of them were to go down, you keep your email list. So that's why I'm looking through the lens of how are you getting people on your email list? That is what you're promoting. For me, starting these first 90 days in 2024, I am promoting a paid workshop. At the moment, this paid workshop is $37. We also offer a $17 bump. So when you go to the checkout page to buy the $37 workshop, there's an option for you to add on a YouTube script template for $17. And then once you purchase it, there's also an opportunity for you to buy a one-time offer. This is for one time for about 20 minutes. You can get an offer, a course basically of mine, for a steep discount, which is $37 as well. The reason why, and I could go into a full detail on building out a funnel and the strategies, if that's something you would like me to talk more about here on my channel, comment funnel strategies below. But the reason why I have a $37 workshop with a $17 bump and a $37 one-time offer is because it takes my average cart value from $37 of just the workshop to we are consistently on average making about $80 every single purchase, because we have such a high conversion rate of people who buy the $37 workshop, also get the bump, and also get the one-time offer. So instead of just $37 with every purchase, we've now got our purchases up to, on average, like I said, $80. Now, I've been growing my email list for 8 years, and I've done it a lot with free lead magnets, and I don't think there's anything wrong with free lead magnets. In fact, when you're getting started, I think that is essential for you to build your email list. But for where I'm at right now in my business, the only way I'm focusing on growing my email list is paid workshops. Since I've adjusted my business model for 2024, I'm looking for serious leads who are ready to invest in building a YouTube strategy and scaling their business and learning how all the pieces work and making a simplified business strategy in 2024. This doesn't mean you need to just have paid lead magnets into your email. You can do really what feels good for you right now. Here's an example basically how my funnel breaks down. I think it's super important because we've had so much thrown at us and so many things change in the online business space that for 2024, I really believe simple is going to be much more successful than overcomplicating and having a whole bunch of offers in different ways for people to enter your funnel and different email segments. And I think it's just easy to keep your business funnel or your sales funnel incredibly simplified this year. Because I know what I'm promoting and because I know my ultimate goal of where I want people to go and buy from, and I've dug into my numbers and I know my numbers, this allows me to know exactly what I need to hit to be good in my business. And for me, that is 75 clients. 75 coaching clients. And I love that number because it gives me the revenue that I want in my business. And it allows me to not have so many clients that I feel overwhelmed. And it gives me the space to learn about each one of my coaching clients, be able to give them personalized feedback and create that relationship with them so I can help them build their business. And I was only able to get to this point and feel good about my strategy because I simplified. I knew exactly what I was promoting. I knew exactly what my offer was. And now I can build my entire content marketing strategy around that. I know what I need to do to crush my business goals. I'm going to be able to work closely with my clients, which is what I love to do. And I actually am getting more time freedom again because of this simplification when it comes to what my offer is. Okay, so enough about offers. That is the first thing in my content marketing strategy when I built this out for 2024. The second thing that I did that you've got to do as well is get clear on who your target audience is. For me, I needed to think specifically, who are the people that I want into profit per view? Because who are the people most likely to want to work with me in a coaching container? Knowing who I want to work with in my coaching container will affect the type of content that I will be creating here on YouTube. And I can tell you, before I got super clear on this, I was creating content on YouTube 5 years ago with very basic YouTube tutorials. Was that attracting the type of people that I loved working with? Not so much. But when I'm able to get more specific and detailed in how YouTube fits into your funnel and how to build a funnel from your YouTube content and how to build a strategy that sends leads to your business, that is exactly last year when I started to get the people that I love working with in my coaching program and that I enjoy showing up and giving feedback to every single day. So I know people that I want to buy my Profit Per View workshop, who I want to ascend into my coaching program, are course creators, one-on-one service providers, coaches as well, or somebody selling a digital product online, like a membership or a subscription or a digital shop. And this is everything that I did back in December to plan this 2024 content marketing strategy.
Since I'm also a visual learner, I thought I would share with you what this looks like visually when I'm talking about a value ladder. So prior to 2023, this is what my basic value ladder looked like for my business. I had free lead magnets, like a YouTube channel checklist or a guide to getting started and a webinar. And then the next level that I needed people to go to once they realized my lead magnets were valuable and my webinar was great was into my DIY course, Video Strategy Academy. That was a $997 course, $1,000. There were payment plans available. And then the only next level that I had available after Video Strategy Academy was my Done For You agency. That is pretty much where I made the bulk of my revenue for the last, from I would say 2019 to 2022, some of 2023. And I realized this wasn't the best value ladder because the people that were here, it took a long time for them to get here. So I wasn't having as many people ascend up my value ladder as I'd like. So now moving into 2024, this is what my value looks like. I'm basically teaching people YouTube strategy for business 101 in Profit Per View. It is a paid lead magnet. I'm testing it out. I'm trying it for the first time, but I am teaching it live because I love teaching live and I feel my audience gets the most out of being able to hear me teach live and ask me questions. So then once they purchase Profit Per View, which is pretty much a course, you get lifetime access to it after the recording is sent out. The next step is to join my coaching program, which is a hybrid between my YouTube coaching program and my business coaching program. So you get access to both. And that is by application only because we do have a limited amount of seats. And what's great about this is I know the amount of seats that I need to be good to go in my business. And so once we hit that number of seats, we start a wait list. We don't need to add more people. I don't personally need to scale my business business at this point in time in my life. I'm trying to hit a certain number and I'm good to go. And I don't have a step after the coaching program, and that's okay. I wanted to share this with you because you see value ladders, and I work with a lot of my clients think they need to have every level broken out and known exactly what they want to do. You don't need to. Okay, I wanted to show, I don't know what the next step is going to be after my coaching program. Will I have a next step? No idea. But I wanted to show you visually what this looks like for me so you can start to see how your business kind of fits into this model.
So once I know what I'm promoting and who I'm promoting it for, it's time to build the actual content strategy. Now, I build my entire content strategy around my pillar content. My pillar content, you're watching it right now, is YouTube. And what I mean by pillar content is that one piece of long form, evergreen content that will live in the interwebs for years to come. Now, this could be a blog, this could be a podcast, but a reel, a TikTok is not pillar content, because 9 times out of 10, these short form videos are 1, not going to live very long for you, and 2, not going to give your potential client who wants to spend hundreds of dollars with you, or that you want to spend hundreds of dollars with you, the confidence or the connection that they need in that short form video content like long form evergreen content can.
Let's get visual again. So this is how this breaks out. We look at this video right here, Content Marketing Trends for 2024. That is my YouTube video for that week. From there, I then send this newsletter. This newsletter went out. It gave them some information. It also told them to go watch the video and why they should watch it. Then we also had a Instagram carousel go out talking about the best content marketing trends in 2024. And then, commenting below if they want to watch the full video. And then I will also tie in my reels to that content as well. So I start with the YouTube video and then just start to create micro additional content after the YouTube video follows my specific YouTube strategy.
So I went through knowing what my new offer for 2024 is going to be, who specifically I want to target in 2024 as well, who my audience is, and built out my entire YouTube strategy from scratch using my profitable keyword framework. I actually go into more detail on what my profitable keyword framework is and kind of walk you through the main steps in this video right here that I will link to that you can watch next. But I also deep dive and show you the exact steps and examples of the profitable keyword framework in my paid workshop, Profit Per View. So you can learn more about the profitable keyword framework as well in my workshop at trenalittle.com/PPV. But I want to keep this video moving because YouTube is just one element of my content marketing strategy. So I've built out my YouTube strategy. I've built 5 to 6 video series. I've built multiple series to get me through the year, which with a little flexibility. Now it's time to add a weekly newsletter. So I start with my pillar piece of content, which is like the circle, the bullseye. The next layer is an email newsletter. This is usually pretty easy to write because it is just my YouTube video. And the goal of my email newsletter is to give some major pieces of value, but to also say, hey, go check out the full YouTube video today that just dropped. This gets me in front of my email list every single week. This provides value. This provides consistency, but it is also helping my YouTube video perform well because I'm getting the audience that already raised their hand, that wanted content from me that I know is my audience, over to watching my YouTube video, which then gives YouTube more information about who the best person to watch this video is to find more of those people on YouTube. Because I'm sharing everything about my content marketing strategy this year, I said I'm doing a YouTube video, I'm doing a weekly newsletter that promotes my YouTube video, and I'm also going to be doing a second email each week as well. This email is going to be more of a fun recap, like favorites email. I'm not really sure how it's going to evolve. I'm playing around with this, but I do think email marketing in this time of so much content, many platforms to get in the inbox of your audience and to get them used to opening your emails and build your relationship in their inboxes. Now, I said I was going to talk about how I'm doing this as well, my routine. So because I built my YouTube strategy before I even came into the year, each month I will take about 4 hours to write my 4 YouTube video scripts. I will then take a 4-hour chunk of time each month to film for YouTube videos. So I've batched all of that content. I use a video editor to then edit my videos and create my thumbnails. When it comes to my emails, I'm actually writing those. So my weekly email newsletter that goes out on Wednesday, I will write generally on a Monday so that my team, my marketing director, can get that loaded into my email platform, FG Funnels. Now, I will tell you with editing, I am using a new video editing agency, New Breed Creatives. I will link to them down below. I'm wondering, how are you liking the editing style? Have you noticed anything different? But taking editing off my plate and having a really good price point to do that has been what's allowed me to take on the second email that I want to write each week. I will share a little tip on how I get a jump start on my email newsletter. I actually take my script from my YouTube video, I put it into ChatGTP and get a rough draft. I'm never using that draft to send to people, but I get a rough draft and then I start moving things around, tweaking things, adding pop culture references or GIFs or stories to make it more about me. But it's basically like skipping a couple steps ahead, and it speeds up my process for writing these newsletters as well. All right, so YouTube in the middle, then my emails or my newsletters, then my second email a week. The third or fourth layer, where are we at, is Instagram. I will say, for anybody who's just starting or anybody who's a team of one, start with what you can manage, okay? All I can manage, and I have a team of 3 employees, is a YouTube video each week, 2 emails, and then I work on Instagram, and I'm gonna show you how. Instagram is my nurture platform. It's a way for me to show up daily for my audience. I do not think Instagram Reels is a solid content marketing strategy for you. Again, if all you can do with content is create one piece of long form content, blog, podcast, YouTube, that is what you should focus on before you add more to your to-do list. So what I'm trying to do here on Instagram is I'm trying to post a reel every single day. Now, a lot of my reel content will come from my YouTube content. So whatever I'm talking about on my YouTube that week, I will use that as a jumping point for what I'm going to share on a reel that week. I'm not actually doing talking heads on reels right now because what we see doing well is B-roll type videos. So what I'm doing throughout any day, like today, I shot a bunch of different B-roll doing different things, is I'm collecting B-roll, whether it's me, putting makeup on, or me packing the kids' lunch, or me having a team meeting. I'm trying to collect as much B-roll as possible to use as reels. Then I am batching the captions every single Wednesday. So I have a Reels meeting with my team every single Wednesday, and we kind of map out what is the topic for the Reels for the following week. Then later that day, I will try to batch as many captions as possible for my Reels. And then when I'm posting my Reels, what I try to focus on is what is a good hook that I can put as text on the B-roll to get people to stop the scroll, get curious, and actually read the caption. So I'm going to put up my screen a few examples of reels that I think have done well for us.
I want to show you some of the key elements that I believe made my reels go viral or reach more people. So for example, this one right here has 1,200 views. When we click on it, it says 3 things I did this year that made the biggest difference in my business. So people are really interested to know that, right? That is a very attention grabbing hook, and they want to learn from that. A different style reel that did well for me was this one right here, and it was more of a motivational reel. So I wrote in here, in case you forget, perfect does not exist. And then I talked about all the different things that I'm letting go when it comes to making things perfect. Just so happened we had the Christmas tree lighting, but a lot of people could resonate to that because we get so tied up making sure everything is perfect. And so that's why I believe this one did really well for me. The last reel example I want to share that did well is this one right here. And you can see again, the hook. I thought putting out a new offer would lead more program into my coaching program. We all think that, right? But I got no one into my coaching program. So this is creating a, well, why not? What happened? Am I doing it wrong? I need to learn more. And so then they read the caption. So that's how I believe when I'm creating my Reels content from my YouTube videos, how I'm thinking about creating a hook to get people to actually want to stop and read the caption.
There is some type of schedule that I am following on Reels to help me think about what I'm creating. So on Mondays, I generally try to post some inspirational, aspirational, motivational type reel. This may be sharing about my morning routine, sharing about feelings, sharing about what it's like to be a mom and a business owner, kind of that freedom of sharing more about me. Every Tuesday, I create a reel about profit per view. Remember, I talked about what are you promoting? If you don't promote it, people aren't going to know it's existing. So actually, every Tuesday and every Saturday, I'm pushing a reel that talks about profit per view. Then on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and Sundays, so 4, is an educational reel. Something that provides value that my Instagram followers will want to save, will want to share, or want to comment on. Those are kind of the goals for any reel that we post. And we have a specific goal for each reel. And so the education content will be based on what was the YouTube video, the pillar piece of content that week. As far as posts, we aren't as consistent with actual posts on Instagram. We will try to post a carousel, basically highlighting the main takeaways of my YouTube video every week. I also try to post a recap reel of my prior month. This allows me to make that connection with my audience, sharing pictures of the month, key takeaways, what I've learned in life and business. But as far as posting, we aren't as consistent, but I am trying to be consistent on stories. Stories is where I really want to remind and keep at top of mind with people about profit per view, about what I'm doing in my coaching program, about testimonials of my clients, wins that my clients are having, and also allow people to come into my life basically and get to know more about me, get to feel like they have that connection, that relationship. So when they are ready to invest or work with a coach, they feel like they know me and they know whether or not I'm going to be the right fit for them. Do I have the vibe that they want? Because when it comes to a coach, you've really got to make sure that your personalities fit, because you don't want to invest in somebody that you don't like or you don't enjoy their way of teaching or working. So there's no real specific strategy right now on stories. One thing that I do to make it easy to basically rip the band-aid off every day is I will share a checklist of the things that I'm working on that day, and then I will try to tie in some type of story. So am I sharing how I'm filming YouTube videos that day? Am I sharing how I'm having a team meeting that day? Am I sharing what we're working on for our workshop in my coaching program that day? Or is it a wild day because kids are home and there's other things going on? That's kind of how I look at stories. I don't try to get so specific with stories because I can't usually follow that. I think it's also important to share here, I'm not just creating content for fun. I'm showing up with a content marketing strategy to make sales, to build my email list, to get clients working with me in my coaching program. I'm creating content to make money. I don't have the time, nor do I want to be an influencer. I would way rather have 5,000 followers of people who want to work and buy from me than 100,000 subscribers that don't really care. They just watch my videos casually and they don't want to buy or work from me. I know you've heard me talk about my coaching program, and this is what I really focus on working with them through. Not only how to build out an overall content marketing strategy, whether it is on YouTube or not, but how to use their content marketing strategy to feed people into optimized funnels that gets sales and gets clients. Just some of the things that I've helped my coaching clients do this month include getting clear on the specific offer that they want to promote, providing them feedback on a sales page for their next launch, mapping out their YouTube strategy that's going to attract their ready to buy audience, improving their YouTube channel click-through rate by looking at their titles and their thumbnails and seeing how they can do better, simplifying and actually checking things off the list or crossing things off the list that they don't need to do in their business because it's not getting the results after we look at the right numbers, and so much more I've reviewed this month. What's incredibly unique about my coaching program specifically is it specializes both on YouTube and your business strategy. There's nothing really like it out there that covers the entire journey, how to grow your audience and build leads, but also how to optimize the funnel to get these leads to actually buy and work with you, and how to tweak the funnel to make that happen. So what this actually looks like is when a potential client applies and we accept them, we get on an onboarding call with them and build out a customized plan in my program based on what their goals are. If they know they have a great offer and it's selling, but they're not selling enough of it, we are going to focus on building out a YouTube strategy with them to increase the traffic that they are getting to their offer so they can make more sales. Or if they are getting driving people to their page and their conversion rates are just not hitting industry benchmark, we are going to help them map out how we can improve their offer, how we can improve their funnel, how we can get conversion rates up. And if this person comes in who kind of needs a little bit of help on both, we will build a customized plan that allows them to balance out building a YouTube strategy while improving their funnel and their offer. And the only way we are able to determine what is and isn't working is by getting every single one of our clients to set up a Google Analytics dashboard to get real metrics that will matter and help myself and them make educated decisions based on the numbers. I've hired a Google Analytics expert to be a coach inside of my program as well, so they can follow not only her workshops and her tutorials to set up their Google Analytics dashboard, but she is available inside of our Slack channel for questions as you set it up and you start tracking the right numbers to make better decisions in your business. If you aren't spending time on your numbers, on what content is driving traffic to your offers, how much traffic that you're getting, what is the conversion rates of that traffic, this coaching program is definitely for you. There are so many other things inside of this coaching program that I could dive into and spend the next 10 minutes talking about, but the main purpose of this coaching program is to offer the curriculum for you to dive in and get started, but also have the assistance of myself every single week with a weekly audit, booking hot seats with me, weekly Q&A calls, as well as continuing education workshops, and access to guest experts in other specialties like Google Analytics, Facebook ads, and copywriting. It has everything that you need to finally start simplifying your business model so you don't feel so stressed and you have this massive to-do list that isn't actually moving the needle in your business. Like I said, my main goal for 2024 is to simplify as much as possible because that's how you're going to get the best results and how you're going to start making consistent revenue in your business is when you are simplified and you know exactly what you're offering and who you are offering it to. If you want to get your business clicking on all the cylinders, learn how to dig into your business metrics, how much money you really need to make so you aren't chasing some invisible finish line, and how much content you really need to make to finally have that time freedom, head to trenalittle.com/apply to learn even more about this program and submit your application. Now, if you're not sure if this is the right fit or not, the application does not commit you to anything. Go ahead, feel free to submit that application. If it looks like we're a good fit, I will reach out to jump on a call. It is also an opportunity for me to get to know a little bit more about you and for you to ask any questions that you have as well. This is by application only because, like I mentioned, I only take 75 clients total, and it is very high touch. It is me providing you personalized feedback every single week. And if you want, you can always leave a question below or send me an email at trenalittle.com. Organic content marketing is the way that I grew my business the first 5 years and got my business to over $500,000 in revenue. If you haven't checked out this entire series that I just finished here on my YouTube channel about content marketing trends and everything you need to know about content marketing in 2024, click that playlist right here and start watching.